Greetings, Earthlings. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing so well today. Welcome to a new psychic tarot card reading. It has been 100 degrees for the last 5 days, so I'm sending you all very nice and cool, icy vibes because it is too hot for June, in my opinion. If this is your first time here, a special hello to you. Hi, I'm Zach. I have a natural psychic ability, and right now I share that gift for free here on YouTube. However, if you'd like to book a private reading, I am currently accepting new clients, and you can email me or follow the link in the description box below and book a private reading. Before you begin, make sure you do make an effort to ground your energy before choosing a pile. When you ground your energy, it gives us the very best chance at linking up in time and space so that I can pull forward the most useful information. Take a couple deep breaths, maybe light a couple candles, turn the lights down low, do whatever you need to do to ground your energy. It'll look a little different for everyone. And once you've done so, you can take a look at the piles and I will meet you at your reading. Hi, Pile 1. I hope you guys are doing so well today. I have absolutely no clue what we're about to talk about, but that is the most exciting thing for me. So okay, we want to talk about, there are two. The 12th house and the 11th house. Very curious. Let's just read these off really quickly for you guys who can't read that. I know the text is very small. It says, for the 12th house, surrender. Subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness. Baggage, trance states, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, Akashic records. For the 11th house, the edge. I see this as kind of linked, you guys. Talks about friendship, group creativity, community, humanity, hope, tribe, festivals, discoveries, common goals, startups, rebellion, experimentation, and the future. Very curious energies. I love to see this for you guys. What I'm picking up on first, I'm going to reach for some tarot cards, seems to be an emphasis on spirituality. I'm also feeling like there are some Aquarians who chose this pile. So if you are Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, definitely leave a comment below. Say hello. I'm a fellow Aquarius. And I feel like what we want to talk about and focus on for you guys for the next, I heard month. I heard month when I was, reading these cards out for you. It's like the next month we want you guys to focus on your spirituality, or we want you guys to, that's definitely part of it. I should say and instead of or. In addition to focusing on spirituality, there is an emphasis on linking up with like-minded individuals. This is something to do with a soul family, something along these lines. And I'll try to get some more clarifications, but let me just see if I can't pull out any more information just by simply channeling. I feel like you guys are in need of some healing at this time, okay? And I just said I'm going to figure this out by channeling, but 3 cards came out, and I like what these look like, okay? So I'm just going to set these here for you guys to take a peek at. I just feel like the emphasis seems to be about groups and something to do with building a connection. So for some of you, this could be friendships, a real emphasis on finding your soul tribe and finding a group of individuals who really connect with you, who share similar goals, inspirations. It's the energy of, and whenever I say that, it's because this is going to look different to all of you. So try to fit what I'm about to relay into your life. For example, it would be a creative writer who spends all their time writing alone. The energy of this would be to reach out and try to find a group of other writers who sometimes write in secrecy and just try to, be keeping to themselves. I'm getting this idea of branching out and finding people who share similar hobbies, pursuits, talents, similar ways of thinking, and to develop a connection. Now, as an introvert myself, and I feel like this could be you guys too, we are definitely very cautious about branching out to people because we're very concerned about keeping our energy balanced. And I feel this is a message for you guys as well. You guys could be extra sensitives or, have some tendencies to have extra sensitivities. You could be an empath, for example. And I'm understanding that it's kind of difficult at times to put yourself out there, but there are a whole bunch of, apps. The 11th house is really making me think of social media and Aquarians and technology. There are a whole bunch of different apps that you guys could consider at this time. This seems to be what Spirit wants to be talking about. There's a real emphasis on trying to bring like-minded people together, an idea of bringing just group of ideas together, because it's like it raises the vibration of those thoughts. For example, if you were a witch and you do a lot of your work in the dark or in the broom closet, so to speak, or just by yourself, it's the idea that if you were to bring in 3 people, make it a group of 3, so bring in 2 people, you would have 3 people who sit down together and set out that intention into the world, and that is a huge, much more powerful beacon of light is the message that's coming through. It's taking your idea and bringing it to the next place where there are plenty of other people who share those ideas. It's the idea of like leveling it up. It would be like, think about talking in a gym, just like talking, but then think about if someone gave you a microphone. It's that idea of amplification. Okay, it's a strong message. We want to build a group of like-minded individuals, and this is a theme throughout the world at this time as we're entering the age of Aquarius. Aquarius talks about groups of people, and again, there's this idea, and I'm curious, you guys, about how you interpret this. Because I don't like to surround myself with many people. And however, this is a message that I've been hearing for a while now. It's the idea of bring more people together. And I just, it's difficult. So again, I want to hear what you guys think about this. It is not my favorite thing anymore to be around a lot of people because I find it extremely draining, especially when I'm around ungrounded people. But that's the thing right there. It's an emphasis on trying to surround yourself with people who have also learned how to keep their energy in balance and who are grounded themselves. There's a strong emphasis there. And then for others of you, there is that idea, if you guys are working on any spells, you have any ideas for spell crafting, it would be even more potent if you could bring a couple people in. So, try searching on social media first. There are dating apps out there. It could be a message about that. It also, you can find friendships on dating apps. For some reason, I'm just thinking about Tinder right now. Not everyone uses Tinder to hook up. I think it's for friendships as well, is what I'm hearing. So let's see about these cards that came out. Okay, I like the progression 2, 3, 6. Okay. And what I see is this idea about a decision, okay, and a decision that you need to make that has been perhaps, taking a lot of your energy. When we sit in indecision, it never leaves our subconscious. It always stays there. So the subconscious is being represented by this deep ocean right here and the moon. And what I get is that your access to intelligent infinity is being blocked right now. There are a couple barriers going on, and these talk about decisions. There's a little bit of baggage that we need to get rid of, is what I'm sensing here, in order to be more clear. There's a little bit of forgiveness. That could be the message of Aquarius, too. Aquarians have a really strong sense of compassion for humanity. They're oftentimes mislabeled as cold, but in my opinion, it's because they're highly intelligent and they're very, very protective of their own individual power. I feel like Aquarians, air signs, Gemini, Libra, who have strong air placements can see the entire big picture all at once. And that kind of alienates them from people who hyper-focus on individual problems. For example, present day, right now in the world, in the United States, biological women just lost the right to have abortions. And however, there are 100 other things going on in the world right now, but each individual person is distracted by each individual thing. For example, someone who is celebrating Pride Month right now, who doesn't have a uterus, might not be very interested in women's right, or they might try to, right now their focus is celebrating celebrated on their own sexuality and celebrating freedom and the rights that they have. But there's this idea of bringing separate ideas together, an idea of unity that is necessary here. And to bring that idea full circle with air signs who see the bigger picture, the air sign would recognize that yes, women's rights are extremely important, but everyone's rights are extremely important. LGBT and people who suffer from low income and who can't afford sustainable housing, affordable housing, the environment. They see all the problems at once, and because they don't identify with one single one of them, they see all of them. They're kind of mislabeled as cold. The reality is they're highly intelligent. They see the entire problem, and their energy is spent trying to figure out a way to weave everyone together. That's the message we have for pile 1, and it's kind of a big deal. So I feel like, especially with these houses, you guys are spiritual in nature and developed. I think that you guys are here to help bring humanity closer together, especially at this time. There is a real emphasis on bringing people together, and I'm hearing that if you don't quite know how to do that, I think that the very best thing that you could do is simply bring together a group of friends and sit together in peace. Peace of mind is what I'm seeing. You guys sit in a circle. It doesn't have to be a prayer circle. You could simply sit there out in nature, though, is what I'm hearing, or by large bodies of water, and just sit in each other's company, enjoying each other's presence, and everyone sits in that circle in the vibration of love. This is a very sort of a very spiritual message, though it does feel in tune with my spirit guides. I love Stargirl the Practical Witch. I wonder if you guys watch her channel, and I love the readings she gives. I feel like my readings are very more I don't know why I'm even explaining this. There must be tarot readers out there. I spent many lives as a monk, and unfortunately, it kind of it cut me off from other experiences of the world, and I just feel like that's where my messages come from. I feel like I'm judging myself right now, thinking that people here think that that's just a lame message, but it's the message that's coming through. There's a real emphasis on embracing how infinite we are as creative individuals, and if we could pull those powers together, it's the idea of like someone making a Discord for individuals. I had a friend, Shauna R. Grant. She's a good psychic. I definitely strongly recommend Shauna Grant if you guys are looking for a psychic. She has a Discord where she creates a community where people can just talk and share similar ideas. That's the main message that's coming through. I feel like you guys have a very healing nature, and there's something about you guys being very, very powerful when you stand in your authenticity, when you really celebrate your beauty, that causes healing of people around you. I think that you guys could show people the way by simply being, is the message that I'm getting with these cards. By simply being, it shows people that you're able to rise above any difficulties in your life that you've had so far, okay? I'm also getting for some of you, this is going to be a very specific message. There is an idea of something to do with the mom that needs to be healed, or this is an idea that if you have cut off a toxic relationship with your mother, it's time to recognize that perhaps at a later date in the far distant future you might have a conversation, but for the foreseeable future I'm getting that this decision needs to be cement. It needs to be set in stone so it no longer drains you. There could be something you need to get off your chest towards your mother. There's just something about the mother that I'm also hearing about, some healing that needs to be done. To me, this talks about an idea, a decision that you've made about setting boundaries with your mother or a mother-like figure in your life. And we need to honor those boundaries, because otherwise it eats away at the subconscious and it undermines your own personal power and authority. Because when you make a decision and you go back on it, you teach yourself not to trust yourself. That's a really, really strong, potent message for, I think, actually a number of people in this pile. When you make a decision about this boundary you've set with this figure in your life, this could even be the way you look at yourself. It's important to honor that decision that you've made. You cannot go back on it, because it erodes your personal power, and it erodes the most potent thing, which is integrity. Okay? Now, because I sense such a spiritual message, let's draw some spiritual cards. Can I get a spiritual lens for pile 1? Feels like you. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Okay, there is a strong emphasis on healing something, you guys. I see baggage here. I picked up on baggage earlier. There's an emphasis on healing. Dance with life talks to me about someone who's been in a rut, and this doesn't have to be a bad rut. A rut could simply be the same way of doing something over and over and over again, and that's not going to be productive to progress at this time. We want to change things up. It's the energy of, instead of going it alone, try to figure out a way to bring a group into this. And again, I'm not trying to saddle you guys with something very difficult, because I myself, I'm not quite sure how to do this. I don't like to work with people at all. I'm very protective of my power. I hated group projects in school because of imbalances of power, and that's not because I don't know how to delegate. I simply prefer to work alone. I find a lot of satisfaction by producing something by myself. However, this message seems to want to come through about bringing more than one person to the table, okay? Now, what I just saw is actually a divine union, and I'm going to take this in a slightly different direction for anyone who's still on board here, because look at this. I see two angels right here, two little cherubs kind of covering their face with roses by them. Really talks about love to me. I'm seeing two people here kind of... they're overlaid in what looks like Mars, or just some sort of fiery, passionate thing. And then I see two people dancing here. So I definitely want to touch on something to do with romance. But real quickly, this message of dance with life says to literally change your energy by moving your body. And that sounds simple, but there's real power in there. I'm learning something. I used to hate cliches. A lot of cliches are extremely powerful once you recognize the message they're trying to relay. Otherwise, they're just empty words. But there's an idea of really shifting your body at this time. When you commit to a better workout program, when you commit to just simply moving around, it doesn't have to be like, I need to work out 5 days a week. It could simply be, I need to move my body today. And you will start to see how it releases clogged energy, stale energy. There's baggage that needs to be removed. This is a decision that just needs to be dynamite. You need to stand tall in your power right now and make this tie, cut this tie, let this baggage go. Let something of the past go because it's holding you back. And there's something about moving your energy, dancing. You know, you could look up Zumba on YouTube, go to a Zumba class in person, take a walk somewhere new. There's something that's very important. This card, it seems very simple. And it truly is. If you could commit to just moving your body, you're going to see remarkable shifts in your life. Now, what I'm picking up on these three people, or three instances of duos, duality, it makes me think of twin flames. And you have the gorgeous Empress card that I'm kind of just going to overlay here. It kind of looks like she's sitting in a palace right now. Some of you might relate to Atlantis or ancient Egypt, because for some reason I saw this, and though she looks nothing like her, I thought of Cleopatra. So let me see if there is anything I can talk about relating to romance. Spirit, is there, Venus? Let's sort of talk to Venus. Children, your love life is being affected by children. Now, to me, this talks about this energetic state, okay, you guys? It talks to me about being in beginner's mindset. I feel like some of you could have suffered from ideas of a relationship that didn't pan out, or a breakup, something along these lines, and we don't want you to be in that energetic state anymore because it's holding you back from experiencing more love. And I'm hearing that if you guys haven't had your fairy tale love yet, if that desire is true, if you have wanted a fairy tale love, you are going to have that in this lifetime. The only person who's going to prevent that from happening, however, is you, by simply reliving the stories in your head of something that didn't work out. You have to tell yourself a different story. Pile 1 is what I'm getting. There seems to be a strong emphasis on changing your mindset at this time. And for others of you, I'm hearing the idea there is no relationship without communication. So to me, this talks about someone who has their eyes on someone else, yet they're just not making the move for whatever reason. To me, it seems to be about baggage. It seems to be about something that's weighing on your mind. You could doubt yourself. You could doubt the connection with this person. But when I get this card, express your love, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. To me, this talks about let your heart be open. Let your heart chakra open is another message that I'm getting. I do see 3 emphasis on green. Green and light pink talks about the heart chakra. So it's an idea of opening the heart chakra, opening your heart space. I think that you guys could look up YouTube videos about how to balance and open your heart chakra. Simply, you could also do things such as wearing the color green, light pink, rose quartz is a very good idea for raising your vibration of the heart chakra. What I'm getting is an idea that there is someone younger that you have your eyes on and you simply haven't had the courage yet. I want to draw one more. You haven't had the courage yet to reach out to this person for whatever reason. I do pick up on them being younger than you, or at least seeming really young at heart, okay? And I think right now, finances and career are your struggle or their struggle, or there is a desire to have more freedom and liberation and self-autonomy within your life at this time. I think that finances and career are something you focus a lot of your attention on. However, there is something else that is missing. To me, for some reason, I'm really taking this in the direction of love now. For some reason, I feel like you guys desire romance, you desire soulmate, you desire soul connection, and that is something to keep in mind. I know career, I know finances, I know that takes a lot of our time. I see you guys as being driven and passionate people with a huge sense of responsibility and perhaps even life purpose, because you're here to do some healing for humanity. However, sometimes we kind of misconstrue the idea of healing and helping humanity by thinking we have to go out there and do, when instead we should just simply be. That is a strong message for people who are balanced here and know that they are balanced in their divine and female divine masculine and divine female energies. When you know that you understand enough about spirituality, sometimes it's about simply being, keeping yourself in that vibration of love. Some people call it fourth density, fifth density. It's simply being in that energy of feeling very loving to other people around you, but also a strong emphasis on the body, feeling very, very happy with who you are, with what you look like in the mirror as well. I'm hearing Girl in the Mirror by Baby Rex. So that's a song that you guys could look up. But to me, the idea that we have to go out and be the service to humanity is something that can distract us at times, especially if you guys are people who don't like to go out there and talk to a lot of people or be around a lot of people. I do sense some empathic energies in this reading. Recognize that focusing on who you are and what your natural talents and affinities are is going to put you down the path of what you're meant to do, regardless of that job title you think you need to secure. Just simply be. Simply be happy, be joyful, look for little tiny instances of magic that show up in life. For example, strawberries in June. I love fresh strawberries. There's such a difference between going out into a huge field and picking fresh strawberries versus going to the strawberries at the grocery. The strawberries are, I don't know if you guys love going strawberry picking in June, or notice the difference between a grocery store strawberry is very super dense, yet when you go out into a field of fresh strawberries, they pop in your mouth, just little sweets like that. I'm getting the idea of recognizing and uplifting your energy to appreciate little fun things in life, kind of the magic of being here. I feel like you guys, you feel saddled right now with a burden to help humanity, when we simply could do a lot by doing something unseemingly helpful, which is getting into circles with people and simply focusing on the energy of love and happiness and sending that out into the world for like 20 minutes. That will do immeasurable work. It will, again, think about that instance of talking in a gym, just talking versus talking when someone hands you a megaphone or a microphone. The idea of getting together with people to send out the vibration of love is going to do so much more than, for example, going down the path and thinking that you have to be a healer or a spiritual leader. There's the idea of a small, unseemingly significant event like that could really send a lot of joy and love out into the world. Now, I know that right now, the energy doesn't seem to be matching. It's not going to lock into place with this love connection. However, it is here, so I want to talk a little bit more about this. And when I say that it's not in alignment, it just means that right now We need to shift our energy. There's some baggage, like we were talking about, that needs to be cut away at this time. It's blocking us from experiencing this love. However, this love is here, and we have already given you a couple different keys to getting through this. One of them, again, is the beginner's mindset that this children card is giving to me. Another is a confirmation that this person is younger than you. And another yet is this idea that you guys have a strong sense of finances and purpose and career. So let's see if I can get 3 messages. I want this to kind of be an energy from this person, what they would say to you if they could reach out to you. Just friends. Yeah, it talks to me about this as being very juvenile at this time. Juvenile as in undeveloped, okay? Blonde. This person could be blonde. You could be blonde. Butterflies, and you give them butterflies. Okay, right now I'm hearing that you guys actually make them quite nervous. They think because you're older than them, again, you could be the younger party. I do see it like that as well. What I see, though, is that they don't approach you because they're a little intimidated by you, okay? There's something about you being their ideal, and you really give them butterflies. What I also feel like with butterflies and just friends is that we're touching on a relationship that is nebulous at this time, not quite developed yet. And that's great because I feel like you guys have just a little bit of something to clear, some energy to balance in order to bring this relationship into being. So thank you for these confirmations. And, you know, I want to finish off with one more card, you guys. I want to throw some earth magic down because I love to see this Empress. I love to see her. Okay. So one more card, please, Spirit. This earth magic. Can I get one card? Ebb and flow. Okay. To me, this is talking about dancing with life. There's a message here, you guys, about someone who has a really strong need to work and to make money and to build their finances. I feel like right now you have enough. And if you instead focus on the beauty of life around you, it's going to put you in an energetic mindset that is going to allow the flow again, okay? I sense that that is a message for you guys. We want you to focus on other things right now. Ebb and flow, recognize when energy is supported and when it seems to want to direct you elsewhere. The best thing we could possibly do, and it's also very difficult, is to just, I see like incarnation on earth as in a big river and you dropping down onto this river in a paddle boat. And sometimes the current's going to be super strong and you could want to go against the current to reach an island where you just want to camp or you saw someone you just want to stop by. But sometimes, you know, the current is so strong you could exhaust yourself when the reality is if you had just let the current carry you downstream, there's an even better island with even better food, with even better friendships and better sights to see. So recognize when you seem to be in an energetic flow with life and when you need to sort of just really appreciate what you have right now. There seems to be an emphasis on celebrating yourself right now. And again, it was the idea of the next month. Celebrate spirituality, focus on your artistic witchcraft practice, focus on the body at this time and especially energy. Try to focus on your health. We really want you guys to uplift your energy at this time. For some of you, this is to begin watching the food you put in your body, but to me, it's really underscoring the need to move the body, go out on walks. I know it's really hot out. I live in Southern California. It's been 100 degrees for 3 days. So I know it's hot, but I'm making myself get outside. I'm making myself go to the gym and sweat because it really helps you. We're here to be in this incarnation in a human vessel, a 3D form, and the body needs to be nourished at this time. Guys, these are all the messages. I know your reading was rather long. I hope you enjoyed it. For anyone who's still here, thank you so much for allowing me to read your energy. Thank you so much for being here and watching these videos. And if you liked these messages, or if you've made it this far, you can give me a big thumbs up. It helps me go so far in the land of YouTube. And until next time, stay divine. Hey, Pile 2, I hope you guys are doing so well today. I'm recording this on a Friday, and Well, first of all, you guys get the extended blessing of Friday energy no matter where you are in the world or what time, what date. But I just realized that I always say this, but I always forget to say it to pile one. So there must be something special about pile two because I always give you guys the blessing of Friday energy. So the seventh house of, cool, I haven't drawn this house yet. So I wanted to, because I have no clue what Spirit wants to bring in. It's my favorite way to do a reading. I want to start to narrow the focus by choosing a house, and we just pulled the seventh house of relating. And I'm seeing an emphasis on love and a connection and a balanced connection at that. I'm seeing the scales. So you guys could be Libra or have Libra in your sun, moon, or rising. And this would be a confirmation that you chose the right pile. And what I want to do first is read out what the card says. The text is very small, and I know when I watch readings, I love to read all the words. So let me just read these for you guys real quick. It says partners, companionship, best friends, marriage, relationships, opposition, equilibrium, sharing, communion, justice, balance, and social awareness. Okay, so there seems to be an emphasis on, it's not the house of passion, which talks to me about the fifth house. However, I'm getting a strong reading on love, and we'll definitely take it there. But first, I want to reach for some tarot cards. So let's go ahead. I heard for some of you, you have a great balance in your life. And at this time, you're kind of wondering, what else, What else is there for me? What's left to experience? And what I'm getting is that even if you're in a relationship, it's the idea that a really strong, passionate, you want the King of Cups in this experience of this lifetime is what I'm hearing. I'm getting the idea that, let me just sort of fix that real quick. Of course, the more I touch it, the more it makes marks. I'm getting the idea, even if you are in a relationship, that thing that's missing is true love or a really, really deep, passionate connection. I'm getting a strong idea of love being something that you guys really want to experience or is yet to experience. I just think that's so fun that the King of Cups jumped out. That's exactly what I was talking about. And what I see Spirit wanting to talk about, which is great, is love. And this could be the idea of love in sort of an esoteric sense. So love being the highest vibration of all, love being magic, love being the force behind what makes magic work. So I want to talk about magic. So you guys must be witches, or you guys must know how to work with love spells to improve your lot, to experience more in this life. I'm getting the idea of us wanting to really talk about a significant relationship. Spirit, can we just begin? Yeah, some of you guys, you are not able to picture your future at this time because you haven't found this really passionate partner. And I hope to get a lot of information about this. I just did a love reading, your next significant relationship. So if you guys haven't watched it already, it's the video that I posted just before this. I encourage you guys to check it out. I'm just seeing that video. And to me, it's almost the idea that you're either blocking yourself from experiencing something greater. And I know this isn't going to be a message for everyone, but this is for that someone who's in a relationship right now and it's just not everything. You're still wanting. I see you guys as being very balanced right now. I see you guys as having great stability in your career, your hobbies, you're balancing work and play. I do see a lot of balance, and yet there is still this lingering feeling of needing to reach for more at this time, needing to have more. And this could also be a message simply for people who are single, who think that they're not interested in love at this time. I'm getting the idea that there is a relationship in this lifetime for you, and that I kind of want to remind you, I guess we really want to talk about the idea of learning about love and loving another person in this lifetime. I'm hearing that if you've lost your lover, that there's another one for you. I'm just getting strong confirmations. I get a lot of flashes of warmth on my solar plexus chakra. For for those curious. We want you to be able to have a vision for your future. And this is perhaps why I got that little hit on the impression of magic. What I'm seeing is the idea of you visualizing what you want your future to look like to a T. We want you guys to be a little bit more okay, so we want you guys to build a vision board is what I'm hearing. If you're struggling with picturing your future, go out to the store, buy a couple magazines, and just see the funnest thing. Okay, so there's the idea of building a vision board in order to bring a specific manifestation into being. That's great, but there is an equally important way of building a vision board such that you just cut out pictures without asking yourself why. Cut out the pictures you feel the strongest desire towards. This is a cool message. This hasn't come out in a tarot reading before. Just pull the pictures from the magazine that you feel you just like. There's something you just like it. You'll know instantly. Don't hem and haw like you do over choosing crystals between pick-a-card readings. Just say yes. You'll be flipping through and you see these flowers and you're like, oh, I love that. And you're like, do I want to put flowers? I don't need flowers. But you need to just pull that flower picture out is what I'm hearing, okay? And to go forward in that manner of building this vision board for yourself by first just putting things on that you seem to be attracted to. Because lead with your intuition. It's going to reveal something about the future that you desire for yourself, okay? That's an important message. Okay. Okay, so I see a union. Okay, between someone spiritual and between someone very grounded, but also spiritual in nature. This doesn't have to be heterosexual, but this is what I'm picking up on at this time. And if I were to pull this out of the lens of a relationship, what I see is the idea of needing to bring balance into your life as far as what you want in a partner and what you want for yourself. I sense that some of you guys really want to go it alone for a while. And that's totally fine, but I want to ask you, how long have you been going alone? How long have you been going after this alone? This project, this life path, this path of spirituality, how long has it been since you have made a deep romantic connection with someone is a message that's coming through. The Strength card, to me, talks about the beauty and the beast. And to me, it talks about love, a fallacious bond, okay, you guys? And I see these as energies that are slightly different, okay? I'm also picking up on the emphasis of equilibrium and the figure 8 here, the lemniscate, and I'm talking about now this idea of love and a serious love connection. So I was just sort of testing the waters. I felt like we wanted to go in a different direction as well, but nope, we seem to just want to talk about this relationship. So let's pull a couple romance cards first, and then I'll grab couple channeled messages for you guys. You know, I'm going to just totally shake this up. I just realized that I did not draw any tiny messages for pile 1, though their reading was like extremely long. What I'm going to do is start here. Oh, we had some come out. Okay. And I'm just going to take the ones that are facing upright. This unique card is far off camera. Okay, just give me a second, you guys. Yeah, there's an idea of fairy tale love. I'm seeing Beauty and the Beast. I said fairy tale, and then this card, the bird in the hand, always makes me think of Snow White. Tool Time talks about sex. Okay. Oh, and then you have the, oh, that's beautiful. It makes me think of, for some reason it's making me think of Sleeping Beauty, geez Louise. Okay, so wow, lots of cards. So what I want you guys to do is, as always, take your own interpretation of tiny messages. Whenever I pull tiny messages on camera, I want you guys to take your own interpretation because I think that there are something significant in them on a personal, individual basis. I'm going to divine them myself, but I don't want you to be limited to what I see. If you see something that seems significant to you, for example, lobster always makes me think of Maine, where I'm from. So if you've been, wanting to go to Maine, but I take lobster in a totally different direction and seem to interpret it as needing to build a harder shell, Don't think that that's not a confirmation. I love to use tiny messages as synchronicity and confirmations, which is the best thing that a general reading can do, okay? Two in the hand is worth more than one in the bush is the message that I get with this card here. And to me, it could talk about needing to take a current relationship to the next level and to develop a little bit more passion in this relationship. Now, I will say that you can design your relationship to look like whatever you want. With this unique card, to me, it says if you guys need to open the relationship a little bit, allow each other to flirt with different partners, allow each other to, go to a bar together and bring someone home. That doesn't have to be something that everyone in this reading is comfortable with, but that's the energy that I'm getting. Try to allow your relationship to look like whatever you want it to be without any sort of strict idea of what that should be like. For example, a union between a man and a woman, okay? Or the idea that you have one partner for a life, okay? We're infinite beings, okay? Is a message that's coming through, and we don't want you to limit yourself to the perspectives that have been revealed to you thus far in life. We don't want you to be limited to everything that was shown to you before you were conscious, before you developed self-awareness, because those ideas and impressions, those have to be removed in order for you to truly experience freedom in this life. I'm getting someone tall, dark, and handsome, and something about really when you make eye contact with this person for the first time, I feel like your stomach drops out of your ass is the message that I'm getting with this. There's just something that's just like, I know you before, or like I've seen you before, and you guys could seriously have a past life relationship that we're touching on in this reading, okay? I do get that there's something about this person's eyes. They could have dark eyes, but there's something about their eyes that's really magnetic to you. There's something about them. It's like they have a power in their eyes. I also get that you guys as well could have something. You guys have very beautiful eyes, or there's something about the shape of your eyes that's prominent and very beautiful. The moon talks about the depths of your feeling, okay? To me, it also is picking up on this idea of intuition and not really knowing what you want your partner to look like. And I feel like you guys superficially might know what you want your partner to be like, but under the surface, there's something much bigger that you should be reaching for. And it's a partner that allows you to experience the full depth of who you are. It's a partner who's going to be there through all the ups and downs, who might see you develop a new form of sexuality. For some reason, I know that a couple of friends of mine I've had over the years, one of them just relayed to her boyfriend of many years that she's actually bi, and it's that energy is what I'm getting. It's not like the relationship is changing, but that was something that needed to come out. You also, I feel like whenever I get this Ten of Cups cards, it talks to me about a confirmation for anyone who's LGBTQI+. It's a confirmation that you guys chose the right pile, okay? So the moon, it talks about someone who has a lot more depth than on the outside, okay? So when you're visualizing this future of yours, which is what we want to talk about, this partnership, this life partner, this soulmate, when you're reaching for that, we want you to go below the surface. We want you to identify with things that are going to be even bigger, even better than what someone looks like on the outside. So for example, someone who allows you freedom to flirt at a bar or go abroad for a year or 3 and knows that you'll be there when you get back. It's the idea of allowing this relationship to look unique, allowing it to be something far outside what the industry standard is, what literature, what movies have showed you. We want you to have whatever you desire, but there's an idea of something under the surface, the moon. It feels like this is a cycle that is repeating, and to break the cycle, what I'm hearing you guys is to do this visualization or to work with a mood board like we discussed so far. The virtuoso, settle for nothing less than the best, okay? I sense that that's who you guys are now, and that's a message especially for my singles out there who feel like love is not something that they're interested in. What I'm getting is that you are powerful, yes, you yourself, But there is magic in sharing your life with someone, okay? The idea of shared joy is joy redoubled, and shared sorrow is in half, right? It's half as much sorrow when you have someone to share that experience with, is what I'm getting. It's the idea that humans shouldn't be alone for extended periods of time is a message that's coming through. The virtuoso means the top of the field, the creme of the creme, okay? And this person exists in this lifetime if it's a desire of yours. You just have to envision it clearly enough and to feel like you are worthy of this partner, of this love, okay? This flower to me talks about a budding romance, okay? And I feel like a love language for you or them is with little gifts of affection, like little flowers. I know these aren't, but they're reminding me of baby's breath, which is a very delicate flower. It could be a confirmation for you. Lobster, to me, talks about someone who does have a hard shell, you guys. Someone who has built up a couple walls in their life that are probably would be benefit from coming down. There's an emphasis on travel as well, going outside into nature, okay? And let's look at the remainders. Tool time. It gives me the idea of the King of Wands, okay, and silver. 2 messages with silver, okay? Second best, but also older than you as a message, okay? So, wow, that took up a little bit more time than I was intending, but I hope you guys got some synchronicity out of that. Let's go ahead and draw some relationship cards. And I'm hearing that for the rest of the reading, pick this person that you have your mind on, or allow yourself to be open to getting a message from someone you already know about, a little bit more information about them. If you're that person in here, or a group of people who don't really feel like a relationship at this time. First card out, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, okay? Okay, that makes sense to me. It feels like right now your vision of what love looked like is being interpreted through the lens of your parents and the relationship your parents had, or a significant adult in your life is what I'm getting. And it's that idea of needing to let go of anything from the past that was impressed on your subconscious before you were conscious, before you had self-awareness. We want you to have the most abundant life, pile 2, and this entails you letting go of the past, letting go of anything that your parents may have done or had showed you what love looked like. Because if you want fairy tale romance, that is in your cards. I keep bringing that up. That's important. New love. Aw. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. That is the general energy that I was getting. I don't want you to deny this, okay? There's definitely someone on your mind, and we're going to get a lot more information about that. First, could we perhaps have 2 cards? Could I have 2 messages? This new love. How would pile 2 feel about this? How would pile 2 feel about this new love? Brunette? They could be brunette, you guys. Dark-haired. We did get dark. That is another confirmation. So your lover, to me, talks about, and we've got a lot of darkness going on right there. I feel like your lover could, this is such a cute message. Your lover is definitely a brunette, okay? This connection that I'm picking up on their dark hair or dark eyes, dark features, okay? And if you knew how they felt about you is how I asked, you would feel so nervous, which means that you really like them and think that this person is worth you, worth your match. It's a match made in heaven. It's a suitable union for you. I'm picturing you guys as this really regal person. I don't know if you guys know that you've had past lives as regal people. I'm seeing duchesses, Dutch and duchesses, okay? Lords and ladies, kings, queens, princesses. That's the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. You definitely have had past lives as royal people, so this is something new for you. I'm getting a strong idea of fairy tales for you guys, okay? And new love. Okay, so that's beautiful. Now, if they could, what would they say to pile 2? What would they say to pile 2? Don't know what to do with these. I'll decide in a second. Oh my god. Okay. It says butt stuff. Oh my god, it really does. This has come out once before. It's equally humiliating. But these were channeled messages, so I put them down. What I'm hearing is that they want to do different things with you. They want sex life, because you had Tool Time come out. You guys must be very, very attractive at this time, very lusty at this time, not in a bad way. There's something that you're doing that is attracting a lot of attention. I feel like you guys have more than one suitor on the mind, and there's definitely more than one person who has their eyes on you at this time. This person, if they could say anything to you, they don't want limits. Oh, they don't want limits with you, is the message that just came through so clearly. I want no limits with you. And then pillow lips. They love your lips. There's something about your lips. I just heard they want to press their lips on your pillow lips. You guys must have very beautiful lips. However, if you don't feel like you do, they do. And we're going to ignore these as the final message. There's something about your lips, your mouth, or the way you speak or smile that's extremely attractive to you. For those of you who work out at the gym and you feel like this crushes at the gym, I'm hearing that they see you lip sync to your songs while you're working out, and they think that is adorable. Okay, so let's see if I can't take this in another direction. What's going on in this person's life? 2 4s. Okay, so when this person shows up is the first message. You guys are going to see 4 repeating. 4 4, lots of 4s, okay? They want a stable relationship with you at this time. However, they do have a lot on their mind, okay? Right now, there is a strong focus on stability, building their empire, building what they want to do in this lifetime. And at the same time, they want to do this in a very practical, balanced manner. I sense them as being highly evolved. They know what they want, but they're not willing to go at it. Interestingly, I'm seeing them not wanting to go at it in a masculine way. They want to be in a receptive way. I'm seeing them as being in the divine female energy as far as how they're building their empire. This is very specific. There's someone who is not necessarily trying to force everything into being, working extremely long hours. They have a very balanced life. There's an emphasis on balance here, you guys. And I also could be describing you. Whenever I talk about a union or a relationship, it will also describe you, because the way that you guys come together is that you are on the same vibration. You guys are a vibrational match for each other. So I could also be talking about you right now. But where are they? Right now, they're building their career while focusing on keeping peace of mind. I get that because this is a card of meditation, deep rest, rejuvenation, but the word pax is written in the stained glass window, which talks about peace. It's Latin for peace, okay? So I see them as being someone who's building their empire while also trying to remain stable, to not let other factors of their life become too much, such that they become imbalanced. They're a very, very, very grounded individual, and again, I sense that they're older than you. I'm picking up on the idea of silver, okay? One of you is older than the other person, okay, is the idea that I'm getting. So, thank you for that, Spirit. Can I have something else about this person? Oh, nope, 2. Okay. I hear that they don't want to message you or they haven't reached out to you because they're afraid of rejection. And this is difficult. To me, this talks to me about someone who is LGBTQI+, not wanting to extend their affection because the risk of outing themselves is the energy. There's something they're holding back on their words because they don't want rejection. They've been rejected in the past. They don't want what they have to offer to not be seen, is another message. I get that you guys are both. There's something very regal about you. The both of you have a lot to offer. The both of you bring a lot to the table. If you are single right now, thinking that you're going to spend the rest of your life alone, you're not. That is a message that keeps coming through. You have built who you are as an individual. You are radiant because you're meant to share that with another individual, because the union of you brings around sparks. It creates an even brighter light. Here's a metaphor I used with pile 1. It's like going into a gym and talking to an audience, and then going into the gym talking to an audience with a microphone. That amplification is what happens when this union comes together. But right now, I'm getting that they're not reaching out to you because they don't know how you feel about them, because they see you as their equal. They're used to dating people who are below them, and they have never dated someone on the same page as them. That's why if you knew how they felt about you, you would be nervous, because you see them as the same way. You see them as being just as bountiful, having just as much to offer at this time. Some of them could be mourning the loss of a relationship. However, for the majority of them, it is this idea of like not knowing how you're going to react. It's the idea of, and I don't mean to offend anyone by saying this, but in a heterosexual stance, if a guy approached a girl and she was a lesbian, there would be no problem. But if a guy approaches a guy and he reveals like, hey, would you ever want to get coffee? And he's straight, that is such a different reaction, is the energy that's coming through. There's hesitancy in that manner, okay? All right, so let's wrap this up, you guys. All of these readings have been so long. There's nothing wrong with that, but just saying, I guess. Spirit, can we have, I guess, this? My favorite card in this deck, except maybe the fairies card. That is so cool. There is a divine union. Did you hear me when I said it sparks when you come together? I have full body shivers right now, you guys. This is so cool. There's something very powerful about your union. You guys, you yourself are very powerful people because you have balance. You know how to balance every single factor and facet in your life because you understand that harmony is necessary to uplift your energy and to go the whole distance in this life. Lightning, to me, talks about an epiphany, a realization. To me, it also talks about a shot in the dark. So you guys could take a risk and reach out to this person, and it's going to be fruitful because the union is powerful. There's hesitancy in one of you reaching out to each other because you just don't know how they feel, okay? This powerful, powerful card is a huge blessing, you guys. You have a rainbow and you have lightning, okay? So this is incredible magic, and it really goes with the whole fairy tale theme. I also feel like people in here really are witches or know how to work with witchcraft, and this is an invitation to continue to develop your craft, okay? Lightning, to me, talks about sparks between the two of you, between this union. I'm seeing Harry Potter and Voldemort, that dueling scene when the wands come together. It's that. It's you guys. You know, at first we had the Hermit and the Strength card, kind of different energies. I look at this as more lusty, kind of, and then the Hermit's very more reserved, kind of without sexual energy. But there's something about opposites attracting as well. Okay, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, or you've made it this far into the video, please give me a big thumbs up. It helps me go so far in the land of YouTube, and until next time, stay divine. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. I hope you guys are doing so well today. You have the blessing of Friday magic because I'm recording this on a Friday. So no matter where you are in the world, what time of day, when you watch this, you have the blessing of Friday. I just think that Fridays are so magical and they carry a special vibration. Okay, you. Ooh, why do we keep wanting to talk about relationships? Okay, so I have no clue what Spirit wants to talk about, so I did want to draw a house to see where we could focus on. And what I'm getting is two energies here, intimacy and kind of like a darker secret sense, okay? So for some reason, we'll definitely touch on relationships, but we just talked about that with Pile 2. And got pretty in-depth. I want to know more about this world of secrets, okay? So let's try to tap into that first. Spirit, why do we want to talk to Pile 3 about secrets? Wow, especially now that we have the underworld, Kundalini energy, and secrets and mysteries. How do you guys feel about magic at this time in your life? I want to know if you guys feel particularly magical at this time. I think that you guys came here, oh my God, especially because this figure 8 going on right there. You guys came here with the power of manifestation, and this isn't something that comes in phases is what I'm hearing. This is something that you have a natural knack for. You have an ability to manifest. So if you guys have never experimented with manifestation, that's something that I see you doing. I also want you to experiment experiment with a visualization, start with something small. Start with a message, a communication, something along these lines, and that's going to reveal to you something very powerful. Okay, I also just get that if you guys are being hesitant to start something, I want you to know that right now I see you as having all the tools necessary at your disposal to begin. We have that illustrated very clearly with all the tools and potential on the table here. I think that you guys, some of you could, because we're talking about intimacy and sex and erotic capital, and I see the poll right here, and I was looking at this magician as a channel from as above, so below. You guys could use sex magic, and I wonder that you guys could, I know nothing about this, so it's something that I should learn too. I know, though, that using the big O is something that you can do with magic to draw something into being, and I think we're calling you to research this. We want the next little bit of time, that timeline is going to change for everyone. We want the next little bit of time to be the focused on things that are unknown, the occult, something magical, okay? I love to see this 8th house of intimacy clarified by the magician. Now, the magician can also be interpreted through this lens as a trickster, a fun boy, F-U-C-C, fun, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, I totally support those relationships as experience as long as you know that they're not, here to stand the test of time. There's something about the intensity of your experience that we want to focus on. We don't want you to have a vanilla life. We want you guys to have a lot of intimacy. That seems to be the next blessing is actually what I'm hearing. I wasn't necessarily getting blessing for the other houses in the other readings, but for some reason it feels like the 8th house is actually a blessing for you guys, because I think that you guys have been focusing on learning something new and not really having the best luck with, it's like the idea of memorization. Others of you keep kissing frogs is what I'm hearing, and you're looking for more. You're wanting a deeper connection. Hey, if you felt drawn to pile 2, I would definitely choose to go back and listen to pile 2 after this reading. Okay, there seems to be a thread that attaches the two of them. You guys chose rose quartz, which to me talks about love as well, okay? When I see the Page of Cups overscored by the Page of Pentacles overscored by the 5 of Cups, to me it talks about not having the best of luck with magic, and to me it feels like the vibration is out of alignment. So those of you who are interested in the occult, interested in mysteries of life, interested in Ra, the law of one, it seems to be something that is significant at the very least to everyone in pile 3. It feels like try to go about this in a different manner. Try to use crystals if you haven't used crystals. Try to use powerful visualization if you haven't used visualization. And if you're like, Zach, I've tried all of that, I'm getting the idea of do a little bit of research. Page of Pentacles always says to crack open a book and to learn something new if you want to transmute some energy. So that's an interesting message. Let's see what else we want to talk about. Spirit, this 8th house of intimacy, the magician feels pretty interesting. What do we want to talk about? Okay, so I'm hearing that you guys are going to achieve your biggest success in this world through the throat chakra, okay? Through the way you speak. You guys could be presenters. You guys could be lyricists. You guys could be authors, writers. You guys could open up a channel is what I'm hearing. Okay, so Spirit wants you guys to learn how to open a channel. And I put this in the description box on a video or 2 ago, and I will make a mental note editing. Zach, please write down the book. It's Opening to Channel by Duane something and someone else. I will remember, though, to put it down. It's a very, very good book. I ate every single word of it up. But what I'm hearing is that you guys have a strong connection to the other side. There's something very mystical and magical about you guys, and you're having great success right now with speaking authentically. There's something about receiving downloads at this time. Okay, I want to know about, actually, those kind of feel significant. I'm going to leave them out at least for a little bit. This secret pile for pile 3, Spirit, This secret, what is going on? Okay, yeah, more secrets. This secret, I'm hearing to get another deck, you guys. Just hold on a second. The Hermit talks to me about someone who is very wise. I'm not necessarily getting to do a deep dive with him right now. I'm getting more of the energy of someone who is very wise. You guys could seek out counsel from this wise person, okay? Is what I'm getting. He seems to be significant. He, to me, is the magician in a later stage. Okay, so you guys could, yeah, I get that you manifesting is no secret to you. Now I'm seeing the emphasis of the pole and the wand. There's something that we want you guys to do. There is a message about plumbing the depths of your subconscious, but there's something about a wand, and I pulled this through not too long ago. It is interesting, however, that you guys chose this. It's the most wand-like, certainly, actually, of any of the crystals I have, except for my selenite wand. So what I'm hearing is that you guys could look into getting a selenite wand. However, of all the crystals that we had to choose from today, this is the most wand-like. It's pointed at the very least. And what I'm hearing is that you guys are going to have, that's what it is. If you haven't been experiencing incredible manifestations, what I'm hearing is there's some tool that is necessary, some form of practicing that is necessary at this time that needs to be changed in order to make it a more powerful magic, more powerful spell. It's the idea of a wand in order to call down your desires and to direct your energy. Some people use silver rings, and that is, they use their hands as their wand. There seems to be an inclination, an impression about the hands as well. So some of you very well could be interested in learning how to do energy healing. Okay, so secrets though, Spirit, secrets. What's under the surface? What is being hidden at this time? For the future, you know, why are we talking about intimacy, the 8th house? I'm getting an emphasis on dark, not as in negative, but dark as in hidden and very valuable. The Empress and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, you guys, what I'm getting is this idea of needing to balance and bring stability into your manifestations at this time. Knight of Swords, very chaotic energy, very fast, very shaken up. By the 7 of Cups, which talks about choices, so many that you get lost in a smoke screen. What I feel like is you move from one thing to the next right now, and we want to sort of temper that. We want to create more balance. We want to balance your ambition at this time. It could also be why the Hermit card is coming out. When I see the Empress here, though, with this energy that we're talking about, there seems to be an idea for sure about sex magic for some of you. That could be something very interesting to you guys to research. But what I'm getting is an emphasis on the body and getting grounded at this time. This seems to be an extra message that Spirit wants to relay. Pile 3 could really stand to benefit from getting grounded at this time. There is an emphasis on rooting down here so that you can be more in the body, and when you are in the body, you are more self-aware, and you're able to better distinguish between intuition and anxieties and fears and things like that. Flashes of insight are going to come in when you're more balanced. If you guys have been pressing ahead at this time in your life, we're calling for a pause of sorts, okay? A pause in the way that we're going about whatever we seem to be working on or calling into being. There's that Page of Pentacles, there's something else that needs to be learned at this time in order to be able to progress again. And I feel like this epiphany is coming from when you take a moment to just relax, or this has to do with the body, okay? Let's keep going. This seems a little superficial, so let's see if we can't draw a spiritual lens. I do always seem to connect with pile 3 as a more spiritual pile. So Spirit, can I please I'm going to get 2 spiritual lenses. Akasha, your divinance is yeah. Okay. Cool. I love to see that card. This is especially a blessing. Okay. Your guidance is divinely guided. To me, this talks about a channel, and I think that Spirit seems to be talking about this need to develop a channel with your higher self at least, and to start a conversation. I think that these cards were rather significant, okay? Victory over the mind, victory over a channel. So what I'm getting is that you guys are benefiting from a blessing of the 8th house, and it seems to be affecting your throat chakra for some reason, and your ability to articulate. Ooh, you know, I did say a flash of insight, and here we have insight being illustrated by the lightning here, okay? Now, what seems to be going on? The crumbling, what are you clinging on to? Let's get a little bit more information about this, and then we'll get to this incredible card here. And I don't mean to underscore or undervalue what is going on here. I feel like I need to bring this up again, this idea of a channel. I think that you guys are very interested in channeling, and if you are, this is a confirmation that you should absolutely go after that. There's something about writing, channeling, automatic writing, okay? Spirit, this secret, what is going on? Why are we, what are we clinging on to? The Ace of Wands, okay. That's a beautiful energy, okay. Inspiration, life purpose, okay. If you guys have been really desperately going after life purpose, the energy is to relax about that, okay. But if you guys have been stopping yourself from pursuing something else that is also something that Spirit wants to talk about. Okay, here's the message. Finally, this one took a little bit to come on board. Trust your path, okay? If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? This is the most incredible energy, yet it is very difficult to do, okay? When I see the Ace of Wands, to me it says, always let your path be guided by your natural talents and abilities, your love of life, and a lot of drive and willpower, okay? And what I'm seeing is that there's something that is holding you back from moving forward at this time, and we want you to use magic to change your situation, to change your lot in life. This card is difficult, though, to walk forward trusting that the universe would support you. That is difficult because we live in the 3D realm, you know, and if you haven't developed a strong connection with magic, with channeling your spirit guides, then it can be very, very trying and difficult and discouraging to go into the unknown blindly, yet there is abundant magic in the void, okay? I'm actually going to get up for a millisecond and grab my messages from the void box. 2 seconds, guys. There's something about nurturing the body because we have the Empress under here, okay? There's something about the big O because we have the Ace of Wands. We have this, you know, splitting tower. The imagery is very resplendent of that, especially, you know, I'm not just saying that. It's because we're being interpreting your entire reading through the 8th house of intimacy, investments, intensity, contracts, sex, erotic capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, kundalini energy, stalking, the underworld. Okay, that is why I'm saying and drawing so much attention to that. Okay, there's something very interesting going on here. The void, it talks about the unknown, yet that is where everything exists that has not presently been thought of. To me, we want you to take this Ace of Wands into the void. We want you to take this inspiration, this passion, this power, this idea that you have. We want you to trust who you are. You are not someone who hasn't lived lives before. You are an advanced soul. You have been here many, many times. You have lived many lifetimes. You guys, I'm not just saying that you guys are powerful at manifestation once in a while. You guys have a mastery of this, okay? We have the synchronicity here of the 2 8s going on, and we have victory over being a divine channel. There's something about you being very just. People who are just are very balanced people. You're not burdened by the chaos of life. You're able to navigate it adeptly, okay? I see that you have a lot of experience. You know, the original depiction of this 2 of Pentacles is the sea behind this person who's juggling, and you can see a small ship and a large ship. ship, and it shows you that ballast is necessary in order to make a successful voyage. Ballast is the weight that is added to a ship so it doesn't keel over when big waves greet it through life. Okay, so we're talking to someone who is adept, okay, spiritually adept, and we want you to have the power of inspiration to trust your path at this time. You are going somewhere, okay? Do not be plagued by this Knight of Swords, this energy of going in one direction then stopping. Going in another direction, then stopping. It's blocking a manifestation. We need pile 3 to focus on one thing. Choose your path. Choose the one that is the biggest and the scariest is what I'm actually hearing. And commit to it. Commit to it because I know that you can do this. I have no doubt in my mind, especially with what I'm feeling right now, that you're able to go in this direction. It's going to be different for everyone. To me, it has something to do with magic, potentially following a spiritual path, potentially developing a spiritual gift such as channeling. Now, I did say I would draw some messages from the void. I just feel like that's what is needed at this time. Any day now. Okay, there are 2. First one. Remember, you already created the path. Our job is not to resist. Shut up. I just got full body shivers. That is such a great synchronicity. What is this one? Eventually. Potentially. Interesting. We're going to unpack that, you guys. But first, that's so synchronistic as well. Remember, you already created the path. Our job is not to resist it. Guys, if you have yearnings to learn about occultism, if you have yearnings to develop yourself spiritually, let yourself be guided at this time by that love, by that passion, by that interest. Okay, you guys? There is a strong invitation for you guys to move forward at this time in your life. Trust the path. The universe will support you. It has been shown to me time and time again. If you are a longtime listener on this channel, thank you so much. But also, you will be familiar with the story of me. I was in a job I hated. I was at an animal hospital for 3 years. I tried to leave 3 times. I had gotten a raise each time. That was a test from the universe. And each time I accepted the raise knowing that nothing was going to change, but I was going to be making more money. I feel like this is a confirmation for some of you that you have started to walk down the path and you're trusting, and that is incredible. You needed that confirmation. That's amazing. You have major blessings going on, okay, with the Ace of Wands. Shut up. Full body shivers again. Did I not say something about a wand? That is remarkable. I think, wow. That is crazy, the amount of synchronicity going on in this reading. You guys are highly connected. This amount of synchronicity started from the very beginning. That only happens when I channel people who are very gifted. Take these words to heart is what I'm hearing. Some of you don't believe this. That was an amazing confirmation, Spirit. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's something about a wand, you guys, which will help you, but it's also the idea of you being able, you hold the wand in your hand already. You are powerful. This is something you've designed already. Our job is not to resist. Sense when your energy is being supported. Sense in your body when you're being directed in a new direction. Follow this one through is what the Knight of Swords by the Seven of Cups is saying to me, okay? This other one, eventually, potentially. This is curious to me, and it talks to me about identifying a path that is in the future, okay, any potential that you desire, and walking towards it unflinchingly, okay? You have a lot of power on your side. You have many lifetimes on your side, and I'm hearing that your potential is unlimited, and that is being illustrated by the figure 8s. Okay. Now, I did say early on in your reading that I would touch on this relationship. I will draw a few cards. However, I feel like this is the most synchronistic message. It was so amazing. I really hope you guys enjoy this. I do want to touch on a relationship, though. Guys, this Trust Your Path card, it's a major blessing, especially with the Ace of Wands. New adventure is what I hear. And sometimes it looks frightening, but anything new is. Our brain is designed, and not in a negative way, it's designed to keep us from experiencing change, because change is stressful to the body. We don't know what's next. There are infinite possibilities, and that is a double-edged sword. Stay optimistic about your love life and let go of control issues. Yes, trust your path, okay? Allow the situation to unfold naturally, okay? And then positive thinking will bring you faith, or positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. These are highly connected. For those of you who are interested in a lover at this time, right now the idea is to know, to understand that this lover is coming, okay? That you have love in this lifetime to experience that you already designed because it is a desire of yours. Because it is a desire of yours, you will see it through. You wouldn't desire it if you weren't meant to experience it. Not everyone wants to experience a great love. Other people have focuses elsewhere in their life. Is a strong message for you guys, okay? Also, the idea of abundance and flowers is what I'm picking up on. I'm getting the idea of adorning yourself in a new perfume, or bringing flowers into the household at this time, or using flowers for your magic. Let go of control issues. To me, falling out over this trust your path card talks about the idea of let the universe work with you. This is a co-creation in this lifetime. I do feel like these are all the main messages that came out. What a really fun, magical reading. Again, you guys have my blessing of incredible Friday magic energy. And if you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. It helps me go so far in the land of YouTube. And until next time, stay divine.